Hello and welcome to Beamer, folks.
There was another aspect of this unit that I thought I'd like to demonstrate, and it's a simple one, and that is this unit can be used as an emergency backup light. I have here a 14 amp hour 12 volt gel battery, and here's the output from it. Incidentally, another little caveat here, always tape over the terminals. Always, in my opinion, put an inline fuse in one of the legs. I've chosen here the positive, and the fuse is 1 amp rated, and I then put the terminal there. The reason being is that if you accidentally short these two terminals out through dropping a tool or whatever onto them, it can cause serious current flow into many tens of amps. Not only is there a fire risk in the battery being damaged permanently, but also the actual instrument that falls on the terminals can actually get welded, stuck to the two terminals. So it's always best to be very careful with these types of large capacity lead acid gel batteries. Anyway, enough of that. Here's the terminal from that battery, and I'll plug that in. There we are, it's in operation. It's going through its initial what brilliance would you like me to be, and there we have it. Now, if you were to push this button on the auto feature, admittedly you'd get 4 brilliance from this portable setup, but of course it would only last for 10 minutes, and you'd have to continually come back and keep pushing this button. That's not very good. But of course, if it's dark, the logic is that this would switch on anyway. So let me get this threshold back up here and trigger it. I've got a little card here. It should trigger if I... No. A little bit more. It's just so too bright. Let me switch off the studio lights again, and it should... There we are. It's triggered. Yeah. Now, yeah. So as an emergency backup light, of course, that's not very bright. But all you have to do is, if it's dark, is just turn up the brilliance, the maximum brilliance. There you have your emergency light. That'll sit there with this. And in fact, I have to say, I've actually used this for this purpose. We get... It's more rarer now in Devon, but occasionally we used to get a blackout, and it would last for like 8 hours or something. And so having a facility like this is very useful, and indeed I have used this unit for this. This will last 10 hours, something of that order. Of course, I failed to mention that the principle in which it drives these LEDs is pulse width modulation. I think I managed to, with the Atini 85, I managed to adjust its basic pulse width modulation up to a higher frequency, because at lower frequencies you get this slightly irritating, anything moves, you get like a flickering effect, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's flickering on the camera. Doesn't seem to be, but it might do when I watch the playback of it. So that's that additional feature. The next video I will do is show you the contents. There's not much to see. It's a little printed circuit board, and take it from there. I thought I would end up with a little bit of aesthetics, is the word I'm after. You can change the colour of these T10 LEDs for different brightnesses and different colours. You might say, for example, a child's bedroom, you might prefer perhaps a green or a pink or a blue nightlight rather than a white one. So I've just pulled out a few coloured T10 bulb assemblies, and we'll see what they look like. So let me just push the on button here to give power up, and that would give me 10 minutes of grace here. I'll pull out the LEDs from their base like that and put in, say, what do we think, pink one? Why not? If you get these round the wrong way, they won't light up, so you just turn them around, and there we are. There's a pink one there. Let's put another pink one in, perhaps. There we are. There we go. And let's see if I can find another pink one. Might as well have all three, mightn't we, really? There's pink. That's a bit reluctant. Let's try another one. It's the wires on the base, they need squidging a bit. Oh dear. Oh well, the pink ones don't seem to fit in there. Let's try a blue one. No, wrong way around. There we go. Okay, is that, let's see if that's visible. Turn out the light, always helps. So there we are, we got a pink and blue. Pull out another pink one and put another blue one in. Why is it not? I think that may have been my problem. It's the position of the... Got a blue one there, that's very much in the blue. Let's see if I can find another blue one and remove that pink there. There we go. Let's put that one in there. All in the blue. I think you get the point, but anyway, I'll just carry on with this because it's fun, isn't it, really? Let's just take that one out, take that. Let's put some green ones in. See what that's like. A couple of green ones. These are all T10s, but not CAN bus. No CAN bus. Two green. Shove another green one in there. See if that works. No, wrong way round. There we are. All in the green. You can sort of, I suppose you could make it slightly green by adding perhaps a couple of these. They're quite nice and bright, aren't they? No, wrong way around. So you've got, you know, you can imagine that in a room. You've got a slight influence of green there. Quite pleasant. What else haven't I done? I've got the blue, got that. Let's try red. Let's put some red in. Okay, let's try that. So let's hook that one out. No, wrong way around. That one. Let's hook that out. I'm blinded by the lights. That one's not kind of fitting terribly well. Try that. Yeah, that's good. And you've got a sort of a green and red. That's rather nice, isn't it? I hope I'm not boring you with this. Let's try that red one, see what that's like. I played around with this a lot 4 years ago. No, it's definitely the base on that is kicking a bit. What shall I stick in there? Let's stick it in a white one. Or you can use an off-white, can't you, as well as the... Yeah, I mean, that's actually quite bright, isn't it? Quite pleasant. Yeah, you know, so there are circumstances where you would quite like the idea of playing around with this. And anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I think there was one other thing I like to add, and that is, I'll turn this off now. Although the light sampling becomes 3 times a second in daylight, and you'll see it fire up in a second doing that, which should be about now. That's running at about it should be about 3 times a second. But obviously, once it's triggered, the sampling doesn't sample 3 times a second. It will only sample after a period of time, and I think it was set to, again, 10 minutes. The reason being is that the blank period where I shut down the LED light for a fraction of a second and then sample during that fraction of a second, although one would ideally like that to be absolutely as short as possible, there's an intriguing reason why you can't make that as short as you would like it to be, and I'll go into that in the next video. But suffice to say that there is good reason why it couldn't be too short, and so therefore your eye does pick it up, the little flick that it's caused of darkness on the LEDs. It does flick about every, say, 10 minutes. If I made that sampling, say, 3 times a second or once every 4 seconds, you would find a slightly annoying little flick arriving every 4 seconds.
This is Beamer signing out for now.